On the wind-buffeted cliffside, just outside of Blue Falls proper, stands our party, overlooking a fallen Order of the Grasp. An agent of the God King of Evervale, who has been trained through brutal arcane practices to assassinate Spellkin. Our party stands over one who is simply not trained for blacksmith, and his friends. The wind is blowing in. It is blowing through your hair. I believe your hat tie starts to then tip upward as the breeze almost blows it away as you approach the unconscious body. As you do, you notice that the character in question is bald. You would assume that there were ears that were pointed, but have been shorn or at least cut back for whatever reason. Their face is covered in these arcane twists and curls of concentric circles, and you see a dim light of a potential bluish hue behind their eyelids as they sort of have a partial crease of where they could be opening their eyes, like as if you are seeing or observing someone who is deep asleep, where their eyes are not really in rapid eye movement, but there is like that crease of light or that crease of iris or white just with the agape lid. And those are wonderful words. But there is also a blue glow peeking through, and you see tendrils of what looks like to be arcane smoke, or at least this miasma of arcane energy, whatever it may be, just seeping through this parting of the eyelids as they are just seems to be unconscious. There seems to be swelling around their face. You start to notice at this point that some of the blue tattoos are a bit lesioned and darker in hue in some places as swelling is starting to occur.
That's how I look as well. I'm all messed
you're
up.
you're all beaten up as well.
Yeah, I've probably got like an eye that's closing up. My lips all split.
Mm-hmm. It's a hell of a fight.
My hands are probably all. Yeah,
Does our spell bond do that as well? Physical stuff? Do I feel kind of gross? No.
Oh,
that's up to you.
Emotional?
What do you
I
think?
thought you meant like, do you physically have the same thing?
No, but do
I'd
I
say
feel
no,
it? I'm
otherwise
wondering.
we have to share a health pool.
Yeah, that is completely up to you.
No. I just mean, does it stay with emotion, or if I attempt, I can feel this physical pain as well?
This is completely uncharted territory for me. It's all up to you both.
Yeah.
Well, we're able to share emotion, memories, feeling, and also things we've learned, right? So
Yes.
I don't see why we wouldn't necessarily be able to feel pain, or at least I would be so hyper aware of the fact that my eye hurts where I was thrown against the building when the thing blew up and all that it might be that you're feeling. But I would imagine you do feel that I feel like shit, even though I'm all the way down in the valley away from you.
Okay. All right.
Like some sort of twin sense.
Yeah.
When
do
you
have
know
a low
something's
level.
wrong, but you can't quite figure out why. And you can't quite identify where or what you're feeling, but something is amiss.
Like, I think there might be a moment where I'm like, wow, I feel like shit. And then I look over and I'm like, oh, that I'm feeling a little bit of that. I thought it was just me, but it's not. Okay.
Like a
I
hangover.
feel better. That's really bad. One day I'm gonna have a horrible wound that is way worse than it feels because you are fine.
Yes.
So I'll try and remember that. I have
Oh, wow.
a cigarette lit in my bleeding lip. I have one of my Eskrima sticks just resting on this unconscious dude's forehead. Like if he wakes up, I'm just gonna bop him on the head again because I'm exhausted and beaten up. I have very little fucks to give, but I do want to interrogate him, but I guess I don't want to interrogate him. I want Smith and or maybe Varsha to do it.
You just sort of prepared
Jed
and
and
holding ground.
Jed and I are still up on the cliff.
All
Right.
three are still up there.
All of us are on the cliff.
But I had,
Varsha went down, I think, right?
I thought I did,
Ow.
but I can't remember.
I know
how.
someone did.
I think I
Wasn't
was
it
just
with the
thinking
feather
about
fall, or was that just Ty?
I only
Remember,
feather
it just
falled
said-
Ty.
Yeah.
because you said two, and then we found out that if it had been two, one of us would have fallen and died.
If anyone in
Yeah.
chat
Right,
knows,
yes.
let us
I
know.
think-
It's been 4 weeks.
Pretty sure
So-
it was
Been
Varsha had sort of seen me staring down at this member of the Way of the Grasp, and I was talking to myself.
If she was to go now, since we are out of town order, I'd be able to feather fall her. But it was immediately after. She would be pancake right now.
Well,
we can't just leave him
Oh.
down there.
I'm
I
sitting
go to
down
the
next
cliff's
the dude.
edge.
I'm not doing anything. Like I just.
Yeah, you're
I
just sort
lower
of
myself
waiting.
down
You're
and then
holding.
just
Yeah,
kind
you're
of-
holding ground until someone else shows up.
Yeah.
Right.
I had bound him though. His arms and legs are tied in such a way that he can't easily, because I know he's potentially a spellcaster. I probably like tied his hands in a way that he can't very easily.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I go to the cliff's edge and I shout to Mr. Tai.
Is it dead? Mr. Ty, do you hear us? Are you
No,
okay?
he ain't dead. He ain't. No, not dead.
Should we come down there?
Yeah.
Okay. I turn to look at Miss Vasha and Mr. Smith, and I uncork the slightly larger vial that has the bubbly fluid inside, and I go, shall we?
Yeah.
After you. I wait for them to go, hopefully in unison.
I'm still staring down there. You can see that my gauntlet is charged.
Smith, are you ready? Smith.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do this if you want.
No.
On your mark. I
sir.
present the vial.
We drink that.
No. You don't want to drink this. Trust me. Ooh, the gas. Just jump.
Going to uncharge my gauntlet. Power it down. And all right, let's go.
Okay. So, as they jump off the cliff, I jump after, I react, and I pull out the vial. I uncork it, stop out with my hand and shake it until it becomes almost too much to hold back. And then I let go. And much in the same way that you shake you shake a fizzy drink can and it explodes in your face. It does that, but it's nothing but a stream of bubbles. And they're going to wrap around me. And as I breathe out, you can see the bubbles start to then expand in a vortex circle going round and round, almost like, I don't know, like cotton candy around us in this one plane. And then they separate. And my companions and myself, we are surrounded by bubbles, beads of air or something around our limbs, our extremities, our hands, our feet, and we're slow falling down towards the ground.
I like to imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like if you drop like a coin or something, or maybe bartender, a cherry or something in like a a soda or something, and then the bubbles sort of form on the texture and then effervesce. I feel like that sort of happens on your way down. You're sort of these bubbles are appearing and effervesce and bubbling as you sort of float down, as if you are falling through the reality of seltzer water, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
As you're
Through
leaving
the
like this
seltzer
tail
of
of bubbles.
reality.
Yeah, exactly.
That better be the episode title.
Yeah, the seltzer of reality. Which is just another day for me. But yeah, so you all sort of land. It is a very strange feeling as these bubbles, of course, appear on your sides and they tickle. And I think your hair stands on end in places, and you have goosebumps as these bubbles slow your fall, as you all leave a trail of bubbles behind. And in this moment, as you all sort of float down, right? You're all going in a group.
Yes.
Okay. I think.
Yeah.
A big way to land.
As soon as I start to see the bubbles, covering, I just trust Jed and I jump off.
Cool. Falling a little bit, not in a crazy amount, but a little bit faster is Smith and Varsha. Or Smith mostly because of the armor. I think Uru leaps as well, but I'm not sure if can you bubble Uru here?
I think.
So if I was to double check my spells very quickly,
Yeah, I think you can.
Featherfall allows me to
It's up to 5.
up to 5. Now I was not prepared for it for Uru.
That's completely up to
However, if he jumped with us at the same time, I would allow it.
you. Okay, you're probably I'll jump and then look and oh yeah, you're here too. Yeah,
Right.
and I think you do see he
Shake up
leaps
the
as
vial
well.
real
Yeah.
quick
Oh
and
shit!
start spraying it.
Find another one.
Uru's
Yeah,
halfway down. He's hit half the bits of the mountain.
yeah.
It's awful.
Homer falling down the mountain.
Yeah.
Son of a...
Yeah. So and you all make your way. You land on the grass. The bubbles just sort of much like shaking up a soda. All of the bubbles when you land, when it's dispelled, they just all leave at once, leaving a cascade or a tail into the air as they all pop. Just a couple of feet behind you, probably leaving you with a mist of some sort of whatever the tonic may be that Jet had used.
A secret.
Exactly. And right up ahead is Ty in some sort of protective guarding fighting position with the Eskrima stick just resting on the face of this person.
Oi, oi. Nice of you to join me.
And you all notice the same thing. There's the swelling starting. Tattoos are on their face, and there's like that a slit of barely open eyes that have cyan energy sort of seeping out of it.
And just a refresher, the last thing we saw was Ty leap over the edge and then beat the shit out of this guy, right? Like
Yep.
He just, yeah, okay. Just making sure.
Ding
Classic.
ding. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
As you're walking over, I turn to you all. You're all looking at this guy and figuring out what's going on. And I say to Jet, can you make other things? Like normal drinks and that.
Me? Yes, of course. Why?
I'll have a lager top.
A lager.
Yeah, lager top. Lager's like got a bit of lemon in it.
I know what a lager is. Not here now. I would
Well, that's what I'm
need,
asking, isn't I? Like, you can make all these fucking things what can make us float and that, can't you? But you can't make a fucking drink. That we
I
need.
flush slightly and I turn my cloak and I sit down and I look at my bottles and I'm just going to be away for a bit. Just
Ty watches these people bubble and effervesce down to him, and he's like, I could really go for a beer.
I literally like struggle to stand up. I'm all beaten up because I got like exploded and flung into the side of a building and like knocked the fuck out. So like
Yeah, you
I'm
were
like
one
all
hit.
broken
Yeah.
up, and I stand up and I take the Eskrima stick and I push it to Varsha's stomach in case he wakes up. You don't want to chop his head off.
Okay.
And I literally go over to where Jet is and sit down behind him like a child, watching him mess around with stuff because I'm exhausted and I want to leave the interrogation
To them.
to them. Yeah, they're sworn, you know, and they'll get whatever information we need at that point.
A bit soon, but okay, hear me out. All right, we need to be authentic. So give me your. Do you have your mug in your hamper?
Yeah.
I love this.
Okay. All right, so pass it to me, and I reach inside my components pouch and I get a whole bunch of things. I know I have some herbs here, this, that, the other. I'm gonna put some inside. I have some effervescent powder and crystals that I use for certain other things. I pour it inside, and I am going to cast a prestidigitation on this mug of fluid.
Yeah.
And you can see it's going to go from, you know, what is mostly water and maybe a bit of dirt, honestly, and it's going to then almost, well, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for here? Transmute into something that resembles and will taste like lager. And I go, to balls, and I give it to him.
That's it. And he left the call.
I left the call?
No. No. Oh, there, no. And I was frozen for a second. Okay. And yeah, so you have you two balls, and you hold up the drink that resembles a lager.
Well, I mean, I say resembles. However, because of
relax, but really, I'm
prestidigitation-
just sitting there, just so busted up, trying to act like I'm not about to cry.
Right. So,
Right.
Mr. Tai, to you, it will taste like lager. It will actually be, I don't know, you sound very English, but what kind of English are you? Are you like English from the past or English present day? Because if you want it cold, it's cold. If you don't want it cold, it's warm. And otherwise, it is exactly like you want it. And as long as you drink it before the spell is over, it will be lager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cheers. And I bring up a test tube flask to salute in cheers. And I suppose we're just playing house on while behind us the serious business is going on.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely
how is
doing
it?
my best not to just cry and pass out.
Okay. Okay. All right, I'll try again. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, all right. Less lemon.
Less lemon.
What are we going to do?
Can we carry him from here without going up the cliff? Someplace secure?
I could figure out a way, yeah. We just have to, yeah, I can do it.
He points, Uru this is, obviously. For those who do not remember, Uru looks, he's a Goliath, looks like a person that stands around 6 feet, but has been stretched to like around 7 feet. So he just has like slight elongation features. Gray skin, bald, very small ears, which also sort of, in comparison to the rest of his face, makes him look even larger. But he wears several straps and fastened rings made of just loops of leather that are sort of fastened into his armor that you've seen he and some of the scouts and the guards of Blue Falls use on the introduction of them weeks ago when you first met them, as they slid down much like the Lost Boys from like Hook or Neverland, as they and he sort of has that same sort of getup as he sort of points down back the way you came, but definitely down the valley that you're standing in.
There is, we could make our way this, and there's a switchback up ahead that will bring us to a ladder.
What do you
How long will that take?
10, 15, maybe.
Do it. And I'm going to need a chair, and I'm going to need a metal bin and water.
Okay.
You want Uru to take this person back to...
Either he can take it or I can take him.
Okay.
I think Uru's bigger than I am.
Yeah,
So
Uru
it'll probably
can.
be a lot easier.
and also knows the way pretty well. And but yeah, Uru, sort of fireman carries, picks up the bindings of this the twisted hands of this monk, or this way of the grass, and pulls them up onto his shoulders. They sort of look really uncomfortable as they are limp over the shoulders. There's the cloak, that purple cloak, is just sort of dragging and is covering a lot of Uru, as Uru, now hunched over, carries your prisoner back down the valley, back toward the way you came. Those the lifts and those the harnesses that you all took to get up to the cliffside. He knows a way to get back there, but not up the cliffside you came from. As he starts to walk away and turns and looks at you expectantly.
I am telling him these things that I'm needing. I need a metal bin, I need water, and a chair. Where can I get those things?
Where can you get them? I could get them for you. You need them here?
You're carrying him. I'm gonna run ahead and get things ready.
Right. Up the inn. Inn will have it. Rokida.
All right.
Rakita being the innkeeper of the upflow.
They will have it.
I'm gonna start to rush ahead.
Smith, wait.
What do you want, Varsha?
His name is Rodorium.
How do you know that?
I saw it. As he fell.
What do you mean you saw it?
I don't know how else to explain it to you, Smith. I just...
In the Spellwind?
I think so. Saw Lord Creighton talking to someone.
Creighton?
Yeah.
Did he look like him?
What do you mean? Did he look
This
like Creighton?
person that Creighton was talking to.
No. No. But they referenced sending someone to get us, and I assume that's him. He's not even fully trained.
So it was us. I'm going to get things set up.
They were talking up north. Just more information to use when you're interrogating him, I guess. Make it seem like we know more than we know, okay?
Varsha. Oh.
Varsha, what are you...
Mm-hmm.
How are you responding as in location? Are you following? Are you staying behind with Jet and Ty? Or have you... Or even are you in a limbo state where you're not even sure? What is... Because from what I'm gathering is Uru and Smith have gone back to town, or are going back to town with this prisoner. Yes. And then now there's Varsha, and then there's the two that are having a beer. Also, I'd like to know what the two are going to do as Ty and Jet. As Smith, you see Smith start talking and ordering Uru around, and Uru complying and heading towards.
Smith's going back to town, but they're taking him just somewhere else, right? They're not actually taking him all the way back to town, the prisoner, correct? Or did I misunderstand that?
I was heading back to town to get supplies.
Yeah,
and
you
I
are
told
going
Uru
back
to put him someplace secure.
Okay, thank you. That
Okay.
also helps me. Yeah. Okay, so we could keep him here.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I will...
Uru does mention a place in that conversation. We don't need to roleplay it, but he does mention a place up on the cliff sides and one of the ruined sites that you were going to go check.
Okay. Then I will probably stick with Uru then. Smith doesn't want me around, but I can't just not be here. I'll stick with the prisoner. Also, just make sure he doesn't fucking wake up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jet and Ty, as for the couple of moments of making this beer and having this small prestidigitation and that small moment of relaxation, all of this still conspires behind you or in and around you. As Uru mentions, of these ruins up on the cliffside where you were going to be one of the first sites you were going to go scout out with him. That could probably be a secure location for some sort of interrogation, and he implies that he is going to take you all there.
Okay. I do not know whether or not I healed Mr. Tai after the previous engagement.
You
What are
healed
your-
me during the fight enough to go and finish the fight.
Okay, but I'm not sure if I used a spell or if I used healer healing. I think maybe I used a spell because healer healing would
Roll that.
require it to be...
It was 1d6 plus 4, and then a d4 plus 3, I think. Yes, that was the heal there, whatever that was.
In that case, maybe I used healer healing. Let me double check. Okay. Well, in that case, I can't do anything else apart from maybe perhaps a medical check to help make sure you're not concussed. Or if you're concussed, maybe I can do something about that.
If 100% was 36. Been a while, hasn't it, since I used that?
Yeah.
I'd be at 13%. I can't remember what my own equation used to be. I have 13 HP.
If 57% were 100%, I'd be
Then
whatever.
I'd be at 13%.
And I'd be at 13, yeah. God, that was
I have
one of my
13
favorite
out of
moments of all
36.
time.
I'm fine,
Okay.
but yeah.
All right. In which case,
So I like role playing being hurt because no one ever does because it's magic.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
But I always get scared that I'm not role playing being hurt, and then the healer of the group is like, oh, she's gonna die.
No, it's okay. I've already used healer healing then. The logs say so.
Healers love
So
med RP.
In which case, I ask you how the beer is, or the ale is.
Warm.
Do you want it warm?
Suppose I don't care. I mean, it tastes all right.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want any more, maybe perhaps I can keep working at it.
You just make anything then, can you?
To a degree, I suppose. I am not a...
If I just wanted a pint of poison to kill someone with or something.
I would have to work on that, but yes, it wouldn't be instant, of course. But why? Do you want a pint of poison?
I might do one day.
Can you
Really?
lift him?
Take it in.
I supposed to interrogate
Where the fuck
him.
is Smith going?
We're heading to the site. We were going... The site we were going to scout. He said to bring the prisoner there, and he's going to get a bucket. A metal bucket.
A metal
Yeah,
bucket. A metal bucket.
Yeah.
I don't have anything like that.
Are you coming?
Yes. Can we help?
You could keep up.
He turns on.
Okay.
Starts.
All right then.
I sling all my things and I get going.
This way.
Okay.
Unless you have a way of putting us back there.
And he points with his nose at the cliffside where you jumped from.
No.
All right.
Does.
Then follow me.
After some time, you can walk and talk if you like, but he brings you up a rocky switchback that isn't much of a switchback at all if you weren't with Uru. But I think with his trained eyes, or at least his finesse, you're able to it's an obvious switchback that one would take as he sort of navigates a safe route for all of you up these rocky cliff sides, and you finally make your way sort of a random pathway up to the cliff face where you all were.
Okay.
And as
All right, what are the odds this guy's going to fucking wake up and just vanish then? Do we need to be aware of that, or
I have no idea.
is he going to fucking wake up and explode or something?
I also have no idea.
I could do
If
with not being
he-
thrown arse over tit into the side of a building again.
Right. He's restrained, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of.
Right.
To restrain a mage, you know.
I understand. Let me think, please, Mr. Tai. Okay. The lantern that we can use to see invisibility, we should leave that on and by him at all times, and make sure we have enough oil to burn as well, just in case he wakes up and he tries to, be here but not here.
Smart.
Oh.
Yeah, that's smart. We'll do that then.
Okay. All right. And, no, that is a fool's errand. Never mind. No, it won't work. Okay. Yes, the lantern is fine.
What's he want a bucket for, Varsha?
I think I shoot you a knowing glance like, you should know.
One of my eyes is completely swollen shut.
Yeah.
I'm like doing the thing where I have to move my whole head around to look at everyone. No, alright, fair enough.
I used to have nightmares about these guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thought they would be, I don't know, something different, I guess.
On your side, though, what are you having nightmares about them for? It was me what should have been having nightmares about them. I didn't even know they fucking existed. If I knew they existed, I probably wouldn't have,
Probably wouldn't have what?
Joined the Entente, I would have joined a swarm. And nasty fuckers they are.
You want to grow up to be just like him?
I wanted to grow up to be just like me, and I did that. And then I changed. I'll unpack that.
I thought they'd be able to read my mind.
Can they not?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was always worried I'd run into one and he'd see right through me, and then that would be the end of Varsha.
They'd see right through you and see what? A traitor?
Yeah. Something like that.
Here we are. Right up ahead, you see that?
And up ahead, you do see, looks like from here, it looks like potentially a larger building. The bricks, though, however, are larger than you would normally see or that you've seen in in Blue Falls, and also the Upflow Tavern or the Upflow Inn. But as you sort of make your way over, you, much like Stonehenge, that size of, I think like 12 feet by 4 or whatever, those size stones are laid across in some sort of designed architectural pattern that is square in make. There is no mortar that is between these bricks. It looks like just the sheer weight of them were enough to hold them in place as the wind would buffet the sides here and sometimes whistle through the cracks of these old ruins. There are 3 walls still intact. The 4th seems to be a corner that is looks like is it now almost more resembling a pile of rubble than it does a corner of a building. As far as wood and any sort of other natural materials in here, there aren't any. There is packed dirt on the ground. It looks like a couple of latrines have been dug here once before, probably from past scouting missions. But besides that, there's no offensive smell or anything. It just looks like it is the dirt has been tampered with, or at least someone at some point has stayed in here recently. But those of you who know the area do sort of understand or can see this now that you have context with Blue Falls, that this was probably a home or some sort of facility from the age of giants who once lived here. And Uru slumps the person onto the packed dirt, and they...
I'll put the lantern down as Jet instructed.
Yeah.
Make sure it's pointed towards him and make sure he's all like tied up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
May I also cast Booming Blade, but without stabbing him? So that if he tries to move from this space, he will take damage.
Make me an Arcana check.
Okay. 14.
What does it look like?
I think I use Ty's weapon instead of my blade, and I just do the purple electric energy that will just go right down the stick, and it kind of like electrifies the rope more so than him.
Okay. Yeah. So like this purple electricity sort of crawls down the stick and then latches on and grabs and also sort of crackles between the binds. As you do that, there is a bit of a stirring that happens from the person, but a couple moments go by and that's it. They seem to still be out.
Okay. Is he gagged?
I don't remember if anybody gagged them.
I will do that. I will do that because some spells are verbal only.
Yeah, I
So
was just going to break his jaw.
Oh. This will do, I think.
Are you breaking jaw or are you gagging?
No, we're
Okay, you're gagging.
gagging.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be a killer. Didn't say I wouldn't be a violent man.
Very
The
fair.
Batman approach.
Exactly. You bind, gag. As you sort of wait in this awkward moment as Smith makes his way into the upflow.
Rakita.
A couple of moments go by. Brakita turns and looks. A dwarf with shaved head. It also looks like an old scar that seems to be some sort of pattern, resembling some sort of old arcane marking has been etched or cut onto their face as they turn around. Hey!
Need some help. We caught the monk, the way of the grasp.
Ooh.
I need
All
a
right.
chair. I need 2 buckets, 1 metal, filled with water.
Okay, all right. And
I need some towels.
Towels, okay. One moment. And Brakita turns to the people that she is, or that they are helping, and then they, I'm so sorry, I have it. And then they sort of disappear behind the bar and then start throwing an old wooden bucket, and then what looks like to be, she takes out that's like, it looks like a cast iron or like a pretty dented, used bucket, and they dump something into some sort of slop, or it transfers into another bucket, and they clang that up onto the bar, and they then grab some cloth that seems to be moist with some sort of bar runoffs from somewhere. They do smell like some sort of fermented drink, and also like sugar, as they are plopped into the buckets. And take any chair you need. Where are
Just
they?
grab one.
Yeah, right
Follow
here.
me.
Want me to come? Okay.
Do you want to come?
They take a moment and sort of scan the place. They take the cloth or the rag that's over their shoulder, and they throw it onto the bar. They order some other people to just fend for yourself. I'll be back. And they make their way over to you, and they grab some of the buckets that you ordered. Where are they?
Uru was taking them someplace secure. Found them in the cliffside, and we brought him down. Wasn't easy, but he's down, and we need to find out what's happening.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
I believe you. You need anything else?
No.
Okay. They look at you expectingly, like where to next?
I just start walking out.
They awkwardly begin to start to follow.
And I'm gonna start to head back down. Now, I don't know exactly where Uru was going, but I kind of just mentioned to Brikita what I was talking about, and hopefully they might know.
I think after some investigation of where potentially Uru would have taken them, I think some of the scouts over by the lift would probably mention somewhere farther up. They haven't seen him. Somewhere farther up on the cliffside. Possibly at some of the ruins. It's usually where Uru goes when he needs a moment.
I will just yell to the scouts like it's second nature to me.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need cover just in case. Need some people to look out. Get whoever you can that can come and help without losing defense positioning here.
Copy. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's go.
Right. Yeah. And for a moment, they're sort of taken off guard as you start to then order these people around, as they then start to recognize the leadership and comply, as they start to, some start to then fasten their own harnesses as they start to make their way up. Some of the scouts start to fasten brachitas, as brachita then starts to get secured into these pulleys that would lift them up onto the cliffside to start the navigation, or the path, or the route for your I can't even think of the word right now, for your journey. Yeah, that's not it, but patrol, for your patrol. As they start to make their way up with several of the scouts as well. They also have the same sort of armor that Uru does. Those looped leather straps dangle, and you could see them being utilized as they start to secure different ropes, as they are able to, in a very deft way, spider their way up through these vines that just sort of dangle from above. You all make your way up onto the cliffside, and one of the scouts, right here, right there, they're just up towards the dead tree, the rock. Take a right, and you're going to be right over that ledge there. That's going to be it.
Right. Just set up a perimeter.
Hey.
Prepare yourselves from a few different angles. We don't know the capabilities completely of this person. For now, they're unconscious. But if they do manage to escape, I'm going to need people in a few different positions, potentially to secure them. And In worst case scenario, bring him down.
All right, you got it. And Uru's there, yes?
Yes.
Good. All right, you heard them. And then they start to fan out. Some of them start to load some sort of hand crossbow. You see one of them loads a hand crossbow, and the other one starts to then lean over and try to, looks like they're surveying the area, like trying to find the best defensive position, as Brakita says, all right, we should probably go.
I don't think I've stopped
Yeah.
the whole time.
Okay.
I'm
You're
just
still
making
just marching
constant
the
pace.
entire way.
Yeah.
Great. After some time, I don't know, handful of minutes later, you finally see the ridge, what they were talking about, and also you see that same sort of old, large brick building that is now in rubble. You also see a small light, which you would recognize as the lantern, and some of shapes moving, which you could also recognize as the silhouettes of your friends. As you approach and make your way closer.
Oh my. You're excited about this, aren't you? You love this. This moment, this anticipation. Old habits die hard, don't they? I don't want to do this, but I have to. Do you? Do you have to? Yes. It's the only choice.
Please. The God King doesn't have to know. It's fine. So what if she's... Please.
March forward. And I don't break stride. Heading back to the group.
Someone's coming.
It's just Smith. I can hear his armor.
Oh. Okay. Right over here.
I walk forward. Put the chair down. I probably have one of the buckets, and I imagine Brakita has the other.
He hasn't moved. Not much.
Put the chair down. Then I'm gonna grab this person and throw them into the chair. Then I'm gonna start uncoiling rope on my backpack, and I'm gonna start very intricately tying the rope around each part of the chair. Then I'm going to take one of the buckets, put it underneath the monk's feet, so that the chair and the feet are lifted up off the ground. And then I'm going to look at Varsha and I'm going to say he probably shouldn't be here for this.
I don't break eye contact with him. And I try my hardest to not be frightened.
How do you think that's going?
I don't know.
Hey, Varsha,
Yeah.
come over here a sec.
I hesitate because I don't want to leave Smith's side during this.
I'm walking over to Jet as well.
Hello?
I don't think you're going to want to see this, Jet.
Is Is there anything you need from me? That could help you with whatever you're doing?
Healing.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Then I'll be over there tending to Mr. Ty's wounds. If he's coming, just call for me.
Yeah, we go out there.
Okay. All right.
Will you come with me, Varsha?
But
I glance at Smith and then back to Ty, and I step towards Ty.
It was always sort of Red Devon's thing, you know? All the old fucking torture and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to leave him by himself.
Yeah, by himself. Uru! If he wakes up, knock him out, yeah?
I turn to Smith and I say, if you need anything to help you to sharpen your wits, maybe, I can help you with that before I leave.
No.
Okay, then I take a step back and I leave.
I take
gonna
this
grab-
screamer stick
I'm gonna grab Jet's wrist before he leaves. Say, Jet, I might ask you to do something very bad.
I don't follow. I am here, and we are a team, and we have a job to do. So just ask, and we'll deal with the consequences later. Right? Fuck this one.
All right.
I take my wrist back, and I say, I'm just here. And I step back with the others.
I nod at him to go and get out.
Okay. All right. Just call for me.
I look at the other two and say, yeah, remember being able to say we'll deal with the consequences later.
I can't just leave you to do this by yourself, Smith.
He ain't by himself, look. Got Uru, got the dwarf.
It has to be done, Varsha.
I understand that. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying... What kind of person just lets you do it by yourself?
I don't want you to see me do this.
There's something else as well, Varsha.
What?
I don't want to watch it. If you watch it, I'm sort of watching it, and I.
They
So, do you
were
mind coming
north.
with me?
Yeah, I'll come with you. Do you remember everything I told you, Smith? He came from up north somewhere. Pyramid, I think.
Creighton.
Yeah, Creighton. And someone else, and ask about the God King's affliction. See what his reaction is to that.
The God King's affliction.
Yeah, I don't know anything more than that, but maybe you can get something out of him, I guess.
right.
I reach down and unconsciously rub the palm of my hand and nervously walk away.
Going to just walk over to Uru and say, I've already got your men in position, your people in position, and I've told them if things get out of hand to bring this person down. I brought Brikita as well.
I see that.
Hey. Brikita at this moment looks worried. Sort of in a I'm not sure why I'm here moment. And I think Uru and Brikita sort of share this long pause. Uru, a little bit more, I think, galvanized to this sort of technique or behavior.
Brikita, just to make sure, Brikita was one of the people
Yes.
that was in charge in the town,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's still, yeah, they still do have sort of that moment, and of course that look of just uncertainty about what may be to come. Uru, however, like I said, is a bit more galvanized towards this, but there is still, I think you can sense a sense of anxiety or worry in Uru's mind, because he is uncertain of what it is you are capable of. But there is, I think, a respect that you and Uru share, or at least from the side of Uru. So he sort of stands and watches. And I think Brikita shuffles a moment and maybe takes a half step behind Uru and watches.
Yeah, I've got, just to again explain here, I've got the bucket turned upside down underneath the
chair.
monk's feet. Yeah, and then I have another bucket full of water. And then I've got basically the way the grass tied to the chair, each arm, each leg, torso to the back of the chair. And
But their feet are up on the.
Yep.
Okay. Or up on the iron pail or the metal pail. Okay.
Well, I asked for one bucket that was metal and another that wasn't, if possible.
Yeah.
If they only had all right. Yep. So I'm going to walk on over to them and do the lowest setting of a shocking grasp that I can and wake them up.
Could you give me the shocking grasp?
I assume it's with advantage since he's restrained.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if this is a magical attack or if this is not. I don't think it is.
It's an evocation cantrip. It is magical.
It is magic, but I feel like, are you using it because it's a part of your armor, right? So is it a
It is a part of my
It's
armor.
narratively technological, rather than it being magic. Yeah. Okay. So with the lowest setting, you spring this grasp to consciousness.
You are Rodarium. You know who I am?
They nod slowly.
You're going to answer questions. If you answer the questions, then I will make your death swift. If you do not, then you will end your miserable existence in the worst way I can imagine.
Me an intimidation.
Normal or with advantage?
With advantage.
Oh my god.
It's a crit. Be glad that I offer you these choices. I'm sure the people here would like me to hurt you. You will answer my questions.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
You hear these whispers in your mind. You don't hear it coming from their voice, like as if they're like spatially in front of you, but you hear these answers in your mind, but their voice or their mouth still mimics the words.
I was ordered to take out the traitor. The God King.
Me?
Yes.
Then why did you kill Selray?
I think you know the answer.
When was the last time you communicated with the Sworn?
Days ago.
Do I believe him?
Give me an insight.
16.
You believe him?
Are the Sworn going to attack Blue Falls?
Yes.
When?
Their face falls for a second. Their brow relaxes.
When I report back.
Tonight?
When I report back. It could be tonight.
Your
Did you
face.
do anything to sabotage the city or the upflow?
That's not my job.
Is anyone else here?
No.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight. I think for a moment, the pause makes it uneasy to sort of tell. With a 9, it's hard to say. But there's something... You believe him, but I think logically your knee-jerk reaction is there's got to be more people.
Did you travel through the rift?
No.
And how did you get here?
Follow the wind. Your friends leave quite the ripple. Easy to track.
I'm going to lean in close by his ear. What do you know about the God King's affliction? And I get very close to his face.
I know. But he will overcome it. Many are worried. He has overcome from worse. He is the God King.
What is this affliction?
I haven't heard what it is. I take my orders, and I follow through. I'm no man of the cloth anymore.
But you were once?
Yes. I've given my life to the God King.
Make me an insight.
9.
Another 9. There's something about I've given my life to the God King that doesn't seem right. Whether or not it is the entire phrase or whether or not it's one or two words, but something is contextually out of place. And it's hard to tell which one it is, but that phrase, the way he said it, something is wrong about it. Not necessarily a lie, but it just seems like an interesting word choice.
I think I've heard that before. You know what I've done. You know how many people I've killed. They sent you after me. That's part of your job. How many have you killed?
Seven. Including Salray. Is that her name?
Yes, what? Do you still hear the voices?
I hear the Spellwind and my orders.
Do you hear their voices?
No.
I do. I hear them all. They're always reminding me of the things that I've done. Not a minute goes past where I'm not reminded. Did you choose this life?
My life is for the God King.
You didn't answer my question. I'm going to shock and grasp his wrist.
I think there is a wince of pain. A tensing of muscle, a strain in their neck. There is no noise, once again, coming from their mouth. There is no sensory audio sound coming from that, spatial sound coming from that area. It is still stereo in your mind as it echoes through. As you do shock their wrist, you do sort of see only crawling up the tattoos are the lightning for a moment. As on their arm, right or left, up to you, the tattoo looks like that has reacted more than their skin has, as it sort of disperses around their chest. Almost as if it was conductive.
Your life. Did you choose it?
We don't all choose to be Spellkid.
Did you?
No.
So, Ray was one of the few people that I have met in my life. That was good. That I actually knew was a good person. She was doing her best to keep this place safe. Protect people. Just because I asked, she was going to help me. I want to hate you. But I can't. All of this, these old habits, they come to me quickly. I don't have to think about them. The training, the death, murder. I never enjoyed it. But I did what I had to do. You don't have to do this. You don't have to be this person. sworn anymore. Tell me where the others are. And you can just leave.
Others. Who? Grasp. Brethren. Sworn. Weak. Who?
The others that must be in this city. You were here to either hurt or kill me, maybe Varsha. But that's a distraction, isn't it? There's more going on here.
If I can't succeed, someone else will. And if I can't succeed, at least I have succeeded in my rest right.
Your rest right?
Surely you don't. Remember, we all earn our rest after serving the God King. And we will one day be bathed in his presence. And we are done. Seat in the tower. Overlooking the spine. Drinking and feasting. With his grace, his divine grace, Rolthane. You're far gone. What happened to you, blacksmith?
I stopped being a pawn. I stopped believing the bullshit. I stopped accepting what was being done to so many people, that I was doing to so many people in other people's names, in the God King's name. I took those actions. I made those choices, and so did you. We all have a choice. Just let these people be. Do you know what I saw when I left the domain of the God King? I saw happiness for the first time in my life. When was the last time that you felt happiness?
The character before you starts to blink slowly, as if trying to process something, but says nothing.
That's what I thought. I need to find out where these other people are in the city.
There's none in the
I
city.
need you to tell me. Need you to tell me.
There are none in the city. Their days out in Wyvern. A 10 makes it hard to read. You don't get a clear yes or a no, whether or not it is a correct answer or not a correct answer, but it's right in the center. Like, middle insights are really hard because you're not getting the wrong answer, you're not getting the right answer. Both a 20 or a 1 would be helpful for either the player or the character, depending on which. But here, 10 makes it, at least for how I do insights, makes it really hard to read. You do know that Wyvern is north. You do know that Wyvern is outside of Evervale. It does make it hard that a town outside of the reach of Evervale would be staging in Wyvern. But he does seem to be honest. But logically, it doesn't piece together. So it still sort of throws you in this uncertainty.
When all else fails, I fall to logic. Then I'm going to need to know all that you know about the impending attack. Who else is involved? You need to tell me.
Make me a persuasion or an intimidation. Dealer's choice. With 7. I'm thinking. The dead air is me thinking. The attack won't happen.
Why?
If I don't return.
That makes no sense. If you don't return, then you're most likely dead. Surely they would send someone else.
Stares at you.
I'm obviously reluctant to do this at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I expected myself to go through with this from the beginning. But as it's been happening, I found myself struggling with this. I've never enjoyed torture, but it seems harder now. I'm going to proceed to wet one of the cloths, and I'm gonna start torturing this individual for the sake of the stream, I won't go into stream descriptions. But essentially waterboarding.
Okay. Make me an intimidation with advantage.
$16.
Through the agonizing sounds of this scene, choking on words as well as water, they do reveal that they are to report to Wyvern.
How do you report?
They simply will it.
Have you reported since we've been talking?
They have.
You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to make me do this.
This is a choice you make. Mine is my right. And there, we're gonna go to break.
I should be in there with him.
Why?
I feel like a coward.
Were you... Before? Did you used to do this with him?
No, never.
Then why now?
Yeah, you're just gonna be in the way, ain't you?
I can't ask him to follow me and then not support him.
We are.
Yeah, but you are supporting him because he asked you to leave.
Yeah. We are where he wants us to be. No?
Yeah, but are we where he needs us to be?
With that I knew.
I mean, does he really need 3 fucking cheerleaders in there distracting him?
No.
You worried about him?
He just needed one. What if he says something and I can help?
Perhaps you can help me. Does this taste like ale to you? And I hand Harry a mug.
I will taste it. What does it taste like?
It should taste like ale, but it's not as lemony as very lemony ales because Mr. Tai does not like that.
Yes.
I would
That's good.
actually, for the sake of roleplay, roll a performance check if I'm allowed to, DM.
Drink an entire beer? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. You can do that.
Okay. In 19. So
Okay.
it is as close to, in my mind, as close to as perfect a pour of ale as you can possibly make.
That Ty likes, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. That's the best ale I've ever tasted. That's very good. And I'll take another sip.
It was a 19 for those listening.
Okay. Okay. All right. You have helped me, I suppose, get my mind off this. And, all right. It's very difficult to get the, that cloying almost smell that you have in a tavern, the urine and the vomits. It's hard to get that inside a drink and have that experience when you're outside in the open. I just have the beverage, the experience. But anyway, I'm
I think at
trying.
this point, the door, or whatever the doorway may be, you've noticed slipping through it, is Brachida. They somehow, they seem like they have sort of dipped away from what was the activities of what was happening inside. It's relatively open, these ruins that you are in. So you would, if you wanted some privacy for it, I guess you'd have to go for a real long walk away from this structure. But I think approaching you is Brachida with a sort of anxious, worried look on their face. I think probably around the time you mention some of the negatives of being at an inn, and they and they sort of, well, that sucks. The floor doesn't smell like shit, does it? Right? You tell me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't smell bad. I think he's just trying to capture the whole experience of being at a pub.
A
Which
pub in
includes
a
all the
jug.
smells.
Right.
Pub in a jug. You should bottle
Right.
that.
Well, I mean, I can cap it.
Fill it. Maybe. How's it going?
It's I don't know. Smith's talking and saying things, and it looks like the prisoner is like mouthing words, but can't hear nothing. So I left. Also, his eyes are like blue like fire. You notice that?
Yeah. Are you okay?
I am alright. I just don't really know. Are you sure this is him? This is that guy? Killed Selray?
Yes.
How do you know?
Or is he
Did he
trying to
tell you?
fucking deny it in there or something?
No, and they turn and look at you. I can't hear what they're saying. It's I can hear everything that Smith's saying, but I can't hear the other side. Smith was getting a bit intense, so I left.
Oh, the torture was getting a bit intense, was it?
No, it was the questioning. It was getting louder and leaned in really close at one point and asked something. And I just figured I wasn't getting any information, and I'll ask him later. So I left. You got any beer? She turns over to you, Jet.
Oh,
I'll hand over the ale.
Okay.
I do. I've got a pub in a jug, or maybe a bar in a jar, or a tavern in a.
It's flat.
I reach into my cloak and I pull out some fine crystals, and I pass them over like a, you know that Salts Bay sprinkle,
Crystal
but
Bay.
horizontally, whoosh, into
They travel in
the
a
jug.
arc.
Yes,
Sure.
with little wastage, and it causes the drink to effervesce, but not overfill.
Ooh, fancy trick.
I hand mine to Ty. Maybe
Much
without
better.
even really thinking about it. I think I
Much
just hand it over to him.
Sort of look at it as if they're sort of inspecting a beer. But they don't say much more than that besides enjoy it for a moment.
That's way better than the other one.
I've been working on
It's
it.
good, right? I don't even like ale.
Don't like ale.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't, but that
Blasphemy.
was great. I really enjoyed that. Good, Jet.
Thank you. I'll keep working on getting the specifics of the actual experience into the drink. You know.
Good luck.
Now I have a challenge. And I spin around and I get back to work on making the perfect pub in a jug.
Pop in the jug. Okay.
It's the urine. I need more. It needs to be authentic, without drinking piss.
You see a
I'm
murder
just
of
working.
birds fly nearby, sort of like in that, I don't know, there's a word for it, but that undulating flock where no one's following each other, or everyone's following one another, but no one's actually leading. And that sort of swarms and circles overhead as if like the entire flock is trying to find a place to land. And I think for a couple of moments, you all, during this conversation, notice and sort of watch this. They go and slow down over by the ruins, and then for some reason, something stirs them again, and as they start to fly around, and that sort of happens for a moment as the winds blow in, and they all start to find their way. One or two get tired, and they start to land on some of the cliff sides. Then some others start to follow, and then the next thing you know, the entire flock starts to follow the lead of the one who got tired first, and now they're just peppering the side of the cliffside, not far from where you are.
It's ironic. You know what they call a collection of crows, or ravens, even.
Murder, isn't it?
A shiver runs down my back. Yes. I wonder how he's doing, Mr. Smith. All the questioning aside, he seemed to be really hurt by the loss of his friend.
Yeah, I'm worried about him, actually. I haven't
Did he
seen
have
him
any
like this
friends before?
I mean, I don't think so. Me, maybe.
All right. What about you?
What do you mean?
Got any friends still on the inside? People what you like?
No.
None? Never?
No.
Didn't make one fucking friend in the barracks or whatever the fuck.
No.
You're not allowed?
How long you been marked?
Since I was 16.
Did it hurt?
Yes.
That's, I thought so. Docent says it didn't hurt, but I know he's lying.
What
What was
about you, Mr. Tai? Oh, sorry.
It's okay, I was going to just say, what was it? What What was the moment you knew it wasn't your king anymore?
He was never my king.
I respect that.
The slaves, Brigadier.
Not all of them. Some of them really believe. Some of them really believe in it, in him. And it's really fucking hard to find anybody who feels the same way. So no, you can't really just make friends.
Well, for what it's worth, I don't know how long you're staying here or plan to here in Blue Falls, but you'll always have a drink for you at the upflow, whether or not we're friends.
Are we not friends?
I'd like to be. I just anyway.
Yeah. And if you did have friends, you know, I was just going to say we can go and get them. Maybe.
What about you, Mr. Tai? Do you have friends?
Yeah. You met most of them. Buttocks, One-Eyed Bill, Toothless Wes. Red Devon, I suppose. A couple of others that are in the ground.
I see.
What about you, Jet?
Oh, me? No, I try and travel light. So, what are we doing after all this, then? I know that we're trying to get to the academy, but for what? For why?
I shoot a glance at Brigadier and then back at Jet.
You know, the academy in High Hollow.
I was just
Just
going
see
to
what
make
this
my
fucking,
way down to find my
rest of
brother,
that.
so I'm going to go do that. Everybody all right here? You need anything? I could go get you an actual beer.
Maybe just be ready for us when we come back.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll be hungry.
Inform my brother.
And they sort of more like an exhausted lurch forward into gaining momentum to start their journey. They sort of lurch up from their sitting position and use some of that momentum and gravity and the slope of these cliffs to sort of get them on their way down the path toward some of the scouts. I think as the next scene or whatever happens, you see them go down and talk with some of the scouts and then get lowered off of the cliffside, way in the distance. But they do leave you for a moment.
But what is our goal?
You might be able to help us, either prepare us or give us some sort of information on any way we can fight the God King. And hopefully hide us successfully.
By fight the God King, you mean to kill him,
Yes.
if possible. Do we even know where he is?
Maybe we'll find out, won't we?
Have you ever seen the God King before, Miss Vasha?
No.
Yet you were sworn to him, to fight for him, to die for him.
That's right.
Did you ever think about it?
Think about what?
About who, what, or why you were fighting for him?
All the time.
I should get back to my drinks.
We got a problem.
Oh, good.
A problem?
We've got a problem. Brikita,
They went back. Why? What's wrong? Smith?
the Way of the Grasp was able to communicate with whoever their contacts were in the Sworn. They're going to be attacking Blue Falls.
Okay. When?
Tomorrow?
As soon as possible, maybe even as early as tonight.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean it's sworn? Like, they got to have scouts on the road.
Whatever force that they can send where they think that they will have an overwhelming advantage.
What
And
is
they are
that?
coming to Blue Falls.
Yes.
Sworn can't. They can't take Blue Falls.
Are they
So sure
coming
about
for?
that?
Are they
might
coming for
send-
us? Or the town? Or why are they coming?
They were here for me.
Fuck, did they even know you were here? You were here for what? Half a day?
Yeah, how?
You all leave. Trail in the Spellwind. They were able to follow it.
Right. So what, they're sending the same force down from Galfish?
I don't know.
So, you said they're coming for you, specifically?
I don't think so, not anymore.
Okay. Because if they were coming for you, I mean, we could leave and save these people the brunt of their force. Or if you wanted to, we could use that to our advantage and stay here.
We can't leave them to be attacked.
Well, you're going to fight an entire army?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we tried that once before, didn't we? You had to get on a griffin and fuck off. We left fucking Galfish to burn so we can leave Blue Falls and all. That'll be fine. We're on the fucking cliff. What are they gonna do? All the Sworn gonna fucking fly up. I say we fucking bounce now.
No.
Take the wagons into
No.
them fucking tunnels.
Blue Falls is highly defensible. We've been able to keep them at bay for the giants at bay. Time and time again, what is man with a false god?
See? They're gonna be fine.
With respect, Blue Falls is fine against giants, but they were not fine against protecting one of your own leaders from one man. What if they send something similar again? We don't know what sort of forces they're going to be sending here, do we? I turn to Mr. Smith.
Uru also turns to Smith.
They will send whatever force they can to overwhelm this position, overwhelming victory. That could be from Way of the Grasp, if there are more of them nearby. Or the force from Galfish. Rodarium communicated only a few days ago. So they might have already been on their way.
Do you know how they... Sorry.
Where do the tunnels pop out?
They pop out, really, they could be over toward Bearden Hollow. Many of them... Oh, this is the wrong... We're on the wrong thing. Many travelers come to Blue Falls from Bearden's Hollow. I don't know it specifically, but oh, perfect.
We can't take the tunnels, Ty. We can't run. What kind of message does it send?
Rodarium
We can't turn
said,
around and ask for help after we leave people behind.
Who are we asking for help?
You think we can fight the God King, just us? We need allies.
We ain't fighting them with fucking knives and swords and magic.
I turn to Smith and I ask him, do you know how they were able to relay messages back?
no. Aside from some vague description of will.
It's not like how you
Still
heard
awake?
that message before.
Perhaps it would be another spell. I think I've heard some sworn able to do something along those lines before.
This is no sworn I've seen before.
You were saying, Miss Vasha?
We can't let them liberate another town.
Why not?
Because you know what happens when they do.
Rodarium said that they were as close as Wyvern.
Fuck
Where's
me.
that?
Just north as the crow flies.
Wait. Have they taken High Hollow?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Vasha, not every fucking retreat is a flea.
I know that. We've retreated before. This would not be the same thing. This would be fleeing.
Why?
Because we can help them.
How?
Smith knows exactly how this goes down.
Alright. So we leave
What
Smith
better
here.
way to combat them than with the power of our knowledge?
Yeah, but what if we get fucking trapped and all of us die? You especially, and him.
If they can't breach the position, they will blockade. Stop all supplies from coming in. They will find a way to cut off the upflow. Stop the food. And the town will just starve.
Unless we take the town with us. Is that
What do you think?
insane?
Yes.
We all use the tunnels. Evacuate the whole city.
Yeah.
God King arrives to an empty fucking village.
Would they listen?
I don't know.
It is hard to. I understand your concern and what you're thinking, but it'll be hard to convince all of us to go.
I ain't taking all of them where we're going.
I'll be staying.
The entire religion is based around here, isn't it? The
Plus, we don't
falls.
know who the fuck works for the fucking God King on the inside anyway. The whole point is that we're getting you to where we're going. We're taking them prisoners with us because we know that they ain't on their fucking side. Once we get you to the fucking place, we can start actually planning some sort of retaliation. It ain't sword and board or locking ourselves in a fucking town to die. Sorry, Uru.
Who do you think will lead them?
Him.
No. I look directly at Smith. I think I glance down at the blood on your armor for a second and then look back up at you. Who do you think will be leading them? Here.
We didn't see Creighton and Galfish. I don't think we'll see him now, but he
No, he's
might.
up north.
He might still be making the orders.
Why would he be up north? What is there for him?
Who is Creighton?
I turned to the two.
I looked at Smith.
Creighton is in charge of the God King's forces.
In north?
Yes. Pretty sure.
North, for no. Spearway.
Like,
That's where the other boat's meant to
Spearway.
be going.
way north.
Like in the Frostburn?
Yes. Are you familiar with it?
And my family's from the Frostburn. Speak with him much anymore.
There's pyramid. Kind of like reflects light. Or no?
I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
But I don't know all of the Frostburn. It is.
Yeah, I just shot in the dark. Well, we don't have time for this, do we?
Suppose not.
We have to warn them.
I will go
Right,
talk to
well,
my
Uru
scouts.
can do that, can't he?
Yeah, I will do it. I will go talk to my scouts in there. See if we can get any information on set up any sort of defenses. But I'm confident we will be able to push back or at least hold our own here. But I understand your concern and I respect it. But I will check with my scouts.
And Uru turns for a moment and walks away. A breeze picks up. A cold breeze comes in from the north as your hair starts to dance on the breeze. In the distance, you see the silhouettes of these of the spell sails turn into a different direction, anti-windward, as they sort of recalibrate to wherever the spell wind may be. As Uru's elongated silhouette starts to make his passage down toward the cliffside with his other scouts.
Asha, what was the point
What?
of us splitting off from the main Entente, setting up to do something bigger if we're just going to stick around and fight every fucking battle?
We're not fighting every battle. but this is one we might be able to win.
How?
Well, Smith knows how the attack will go down. That's a huge advantage right there.
All right, well, he can tell Uru.
Yeah, but like Uru said, it's highly defensible. What would it look like to everyone thinking they are helpless if we actually win one?
Yeah, well. What would it look like if we lose?
Don't you think it's a chance worth taking?
No. I don't think it is a chance worth fucking taking, having you hung in the middle of the fucking square by Creighton. If anything, you and Jet and the prisoners go, and me and Smith will stay behind.
No.
If we win, we'll fucking catch up.
No.
Respectfully, I don't think any of us here should become martyrs.
Didn't say I was gonna die, did I? Honestly, if Creighton's coming down here, I reckon I should stay anyway.
I don't
I'll
think
find
he
him.
is. Smith, do you think we have a chance? I don't think we're gonna have a chance in any other city like we have here.
Once again, Mr. Tai, respectfully, if I was to be gone, I think, yes, you would die.
Barsha, it depends on what you mean by a chance. Do I think that we might be able to win a battle? Yes. Do I think that we would win a protracted battle? No.
We ain't trying to win the battles no more. We're trying to win the fucking war, ain't we? That's the whole fucking point. That's what we're going to start. That's why we're going to pendulum. Fuck this.
There's
Fuck the
no
little
other city.
fucking
There's
fights.
no other city that is as defensible as this one. We wouldn't be able to pull this off anywhere else.
There's plenty of them. I've been fighting them all my fucking life with Lorcan. Little skirmishes here and there. Some we win, some we lose.
Yeah, but the
Miss Wa-
difference is this is the first one we would be winning.
I have just the one question. There are 4 of us that I know who would fight for each other to the death if need be. But who else are we going to ask into this fight? And how many people are we here to fight? We saw how many there were in Galfish. There were hundreds, if not thousands, of Swan, just like you and Mr. Smith used to be. I'm only asking to think logically for a second. If we can fight, I don't mind fighting. If we cannot, I don't mind running away, but level heads need to prevail here, no?
I agree completely. We can't win a war against the God King without an army.
And if they're coming tonight, then we don't have time to prepare, Miss Vasha.
Then they don't have time to prepare either, and we're just going to leave them unprepared. Look, not every fight is going to be won with a shield and a sword. But we're still going to need that. We're going to need both. And you can't ask people to fight for you if you're not willing to fight for them. This is everyone's fight. The God King wants to consume everything and everyone.
So this is the plan, is it? This is why we're following you. I'm tired of fighting with my fucking hands. Tired of fucking black eyes. Thought the whole point was that you were going to do something different, not just
I
fucking...
am doing something different. This
ain't
isn't...
nothing different. You're pointing out strategic fucking wins on a fucking map. No different to fucking Lorcan. It all comes down to just fucking blood. Fine, you want to fucking fight them here? We'll fight them here. Me and Smith will fucking wipe them out. Thought there was a bigger picture.
There is a bigger picture. Think about the tiny die that is in this town that will see this win and not despair.
What about after, Varsha?
What do you mean?
Let's say we do win this battle. What about after?
We continue on with our plan.
So we leave?
Yes.
That's not going to be it. There'll be reinforcements. There will be a more... There'll be more strategy involved. There will be a better siege.
There will be a better siege, but there will also be time for a better defense. To call for allies. We don't have that right now. They don't have that right now.
They won't have allies after the battle either.
You don't think they will?
From where?
Aftoki.
Yes.
Those are not allies. They don't know each other. They're strangers in a strange land. Why should they wait? Why should they? I'm only trying to think about the risk here, Miss Vasha. Yes.
Because they know that if this falls, they're next. The God King isn't just going to stop at a border. He's going to continue to push forward until he's taken everything.
I agree with you, Varsha. But the advantage that the Sworn has is reinforcements. The whole reason that we've been doing what we've been doing is to strike in unorthodox ways. I want to help these people. I do. But how do we best do that? If we...
Your plan is on a hopeful whim. And then we use a maybe win to rally other people.
Yes.
Look, we can fucking prove it. We can do this, we can do that, right? I just don't think this is the fight for it. I think we're better off going there. Pendulum. Picking another fight on another day, and then we use that. Counter the propaganda. Prove that the Entente ain't the only fucking thing out there standing up against him. Most of the people in the city think we're fucking terrorists anyway, so...
Well, bombs notwithstanding. My only concern, Miss Vasha, is that... And Mr. Smith has brought it up already, but... We are a puddle. We're a small collection. They're a stream. Even if we win this fight, that's only going to make the God King want this place more. And send more.
We're gonna get stuck here. Forever.
They'll siege us.
there's no reinforcements here. And the Sworn, they have many reinforcements.
And we'll
First
know
battle.
exactly where they're going, won't we?
We're gonna be
Varsha.
stuck spinning our wheels. We need to be
Yes.
planning something else.
I'm not saying we stay here.
I think we're gonna have a choice.
Yes, we always have a choice. And the leaders will know that. We'll tell them we can stay. We can help them with strategy for this fight since, I mean, we are the advantage.
All right.
I mean, we can give them that information too, but how do you expect to fight a stream as a puddle if you don't grow your puddle?
More swords.
I regret my analogy now, but at the end of the day, I just don't know if it's worth the risk. All I see is martyrdom. All I see is us dying now, and no one else left to take the torch. All I see is this far-flung dream of going to wherever this place is now, this academy, to find these people who might be able to help us, gone in the wind, because we're trying to be better. I would like to be better too, Miss Varsha.
We have a lot of untrained prisoners with us, Varsha. If we get them trained, then instead of prisoners, we can have soldiers.
I leave it to you three.
No.
I'm outvoted. We'll leave.
I'll do whatever you want, Varsha. The whole point here is that we get your brain somewhere, and then we put it to work. You've seen a way around all this stuff, and I don't know if the rest of us are fucking blinkered right now and you're seeing something, or if you're getting stuck in the same old fucking shit that we've all been stuck in all these years, but if you say stay here and fight, I'll stay here and fight. I just want to make sure you know. I don't
And so
think it's
will
a good
I.
idea. You might be right.
And I might be wrong.
I could get an Arcana from Ty and Varsha.
We're gonna need both, Ty.
May I pitch a couple of ideas then?
21.
18.
Thank you. As you were.
I say, we got a couple of options. One, we stay, we help them. Smith works with the guard to build the best counter we can to the actual attack. And we fight. We just fight and fight and fight until whatever. Two, we take the prisoners, we get into the tunnels, and we get the fuck out while we can. Leave them to fight the battle. Whatever happens, happens. Or three, me and Smith stay. You two fuck off. Take the prisoners, get them out, get them to the spot. Worst comes to worst, me and Smith can get out. I definitely can.
No.
No, I didn't think so. Fine. Then how about this? If everything goes to shit, me and you are leaving. Just me and you, Varsha. I can get you out. Tunnels, road, I'll walk through the whole fucking army without them knowing. But no matter what fucking happens, you don't die.
No, we stay together.
No matter what happens, you don't die. I believe in you. I reckon you have got a good plan up there. Formulating. I think you do see a better path for all of this. And it might build to something one day. Maybe it won't. Standing here and dying in another fucking war of attrition don't seem worth it.
Smith. I think you should go tell them what you know. Help them put together a strategy before we leave.
All right.
I need a minute, but we'll leave, and we'll leave together.
Are you doing that because that's what we want, or are you doing that because you think that's the best way?
I don't know yet.
Well, you better figure it out.
That's why I said I need a minute. I'll be right behind you.
I'm gonna put a hand on Varsha's shoulder. Just lean in. Whisper. I made it quick. I couldn't do worse. And I'm going to walk away.
I'm going to tell the prisoners.
I
get the Krober and all.
I stay behind with Miss Vasha. I am at your disposal. I did not mean to. It's not like me to. I trust you. And I'm sorry if I didn't seem like I did. I just. You have a very big heart. And for better or for worse, I see you as one of the only people who can truly get us out of this, and I just hope that your heart doesn't get the better of you. But
There's a Varsha here. In this town and the next one. That just wants to be worth the risk. If we leave them, the city will fall. They will be taken.
I understand that much. I do. But has this one ever failed at taking a town before? Truly.
That's why it would be so important if they did now. I am trying to stay logical. Am I focused on this because I want to win? Or because this is the best time to do it, and I genuinely think it might be the best time to do it. It's the most defensible city. They are sworn to a god. Smith and I just happen to be here.
Then
What would it look like to the world if we won?
Then let's do it. I'm behind you. for this Vasha and the next.
I am gonna go see if the I know Smith just said he did it quickly, but I want to go to the body of the prisoner.
Through the wind breezing through the valley here, through the cliff sides, you make your way over towards the ruins, which was the site of this interrogation. I'm dropping stuff. You walk in through the doorway. And on the chair bound is the body of Odorium. Wounds aren't entirely noticeable. There are no lacerations or cuts or anything, but that doesn't surprise you considering the kit that the blacksmith has to his capability. The eyes are back to a hazel. Their skin is still covered in these arcane markings, these tattoos. Their high elven features are more prominent now than I think they were before. Maybe you're not as distracted from the eyes or some of these features, and maybe you're looking at this from a different lens than you were before. Their head is slumped over, chin resting to their chest, as if they're sleeping.
I go over, I mean, he's clearly dead. Correct. There's no pulse.
Yes, he's clearly dead.
Okay, I will untie him then. I'm gonna bury him.
Arms slump, and then sort of the head sort of starts to lean forward, and then there seems to be a slump forward as you are to catch the body. Heavier than you thought it would be, carrying an encumbersome shape that is dead weight is very hard to maneuver, especially when there is no help in the carry. You are able to drag them at least to the floor. With a 22 for your strength. You are able to easily move the body.
Okay, I'm very gentle, cradling him a little bit, I think. And I'm just a mess. I'm crying.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to bury him as best I can. I have some spells that will move the earth. As long as that takes.
What does it look like? When you cast these moving earth spells, whatever they may be.
Oh, there's no flourish. It's just earth is moving. There's nothing fancy or pretty or magical about it, other than that it's moving without a shovel. And slowly lower him into the earth and touch his mark on his face. Close his eyes. I'm sorry. And then I bury him and leave. No marker. Just earth.
Hey, what an episode.
That was crazy.
That was... You all knocked it out of the park. Thank you. I've honestly been dreading that scene, that interrogation scene, for the past 3 weeks. Though things have been happening to keep us from playing, but that was also relieving every week to be like, oh, good, okay, I've got another week. Because it was just terrifying. So thank you so much for that awesome scene and just that awesome episode. Everybody killed it today. It was such a good welcome back into, after our unintended time off, back into Spellwind. So thank you everybody for all of that. We're going to go around, and thank you everybody for being here. We're going to go around and check in, talk about how we thought it went, and do a little shout outs and things like that. Let's start today with Meyer.
Hello, my name is Meyer. I played Jed today. Today was cool. I mean, like, I wasn't quite sure exactly how the torture scene was gonna go, but I think that like it went well. It went well. I mean, like, it's always amazing, like seeing Whack, do his thing and like get into his character and show us more about what's going on under the hood of the blacksmith. That was a treat to watch and to be a part of. But yeah, like you can find me at twitch.tv/Meyer. If you go into TwitchCon, you can find me there. I'll be
Hell yeah.
doing things. On Saturday, I'll be on the High Rollers table for their Campaign 3's opening prelude. And on Sunday, I'll be on a game show called What's My Line, which is a game show of some sort. Find out more if you're at TwitchCon.
Yeah.
All right, that's me.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Meyer. Everybody go check out Meyer, twitch.tv/Meyer. He's awesome. Go check him out. Deserves a follow and deserves some love. Brad?
At twitch.tv/Brad Woto.
That's twitch.tv/Brad Woto. You'll find Meyer.
That's it.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be following him around TwitchCon with a camera.
Cropro.
I'll definitely follow him into the toilets. That never went wrong for anyone before.
No.
Of course. At TwitchCon. I'm not actually going to TwitchCon, although sometimes I do like to say that I'm going and to come and find me, and then I just assume people are.
And I'm not surprised.
Yes, because I'm a bad person. Yeah, this is really, it's so playing Ty at the moment is so weird and
it's so good.
Difficult almost, because I have Ty. Shall I break it down? Can I break it down? Because I just like to think about it, and
of course you can, please.
The post show is on Myth's channel, and he doesn't let me go to his channel after the last time I was there. But I have my original version of Ty, who is obviously just kind of just a bloodthirsty killer that was told to, this is what you have to be, the soldier. And then there's the version of him that wants to be better and kind of believes in this other version of an Anton or a resistance through Varsha. So he's like, I'll do whatever you say because your brain thinks around things the way that mine doesn't. So that's a great idea. But then I also have the spell bond thing. So sometimes when she's being really like emotional and weird, I make Ty be a little bit emotional and weird. And I don't one-to-one translate either. If she's being like cryy, it makes Ty defensive because it makes him want to cry. So I make him even more defensive. Yeah. Because that's what I would do. Because me.
So good.
I played with that a little bit too, where it was like, Varsha's always had this like hidden rage a bit.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
now
and
it's like she's got a little bit of that from Ty too. So it just feels like her, bloodlust is a little bit stronger now. And, she's like, am I logically looking at, is this just me being bloodlusty? I can't tell what's mine and what's from him, or, if it's like growing, or, if it is
so
the right
weird
decision to
when
make.
We have this situation where the two of us have a different perspective. Like Ty is like, we have to get you out and get on with we'll come up with a better plan. Like, this is just what I've been doing forever. These little skirmishes and these fights,
continue doing this. Yeah.
But like, also, he's like, but she's the one that I'm just supposed to be following. Like, if she's the one with the other plan, maybe this is the plan.
Yeah.
And
this feels a
to be
lot like
fair,
everything I've
Varsha's
done.
plan so far has been to strategically leave until here. So it's like wondering if that is
that was
because
what
it's
was
the
weird
right
about
choice, or is it because of the weird spell twin bond that they have
which
now?
one? Which one is Varsha's thoughts, and which one is
is it?
Ty's
And also,
thoughts,
is it the
twisty.
hidden knowledge that there is maybe potentially a god out there that will help them?
Right.
So it's like we might actually be able to do something here. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, I like having these moments kinda to think through, but it's also kind of difficult because I'm like, it's hard to think through like 4 different facets of a person.
Yeah.
Where you're like, what would be affecting him here? You know, it's not as simple as just how
And
would
then
I
add in another
interpret
Which
this in
human.
real
piece
life?
fits in this scene here? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And also everyone would like, everyone would be feeling very heavy after Smith torturing someone and shit. So it's like, it's a weird situation to be in. Yeah, it's kind of fun to play. It's one of the things I really love about Spellwind has been watching the version of Ty and the version of Varsha. Like, they're both just the same coin, right? But one was Sworn and one was Resistance. And then seeing how they use that and then twist that, and then how we can use that to inform new character things. And she's just like, oh, let's save the little Varsha in the town. And Ty's like, I've been trying to save the little Tys forever, and I've never saved one, not even me. Save me. It's fucking cool. I really fucking enjoyed the entire torture scene. I know you were nervous about it. I was looking forward to it for a month. Like, the moment I realized that I had kept this guy alive, to tie him up, to hand him over to Smith, so we get to see Smith do like torture stuff. As awful as it is to do to Smith,
Right.
I was looking forward to it, Brad, the viewer.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint, and that's it. Yeah, I play Sekiro on my channel, starting that tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Brad,
I might not. I might change my
Or
mind,
not.
but no one cares about that.
Or not. Yeah, there you go.
Forgot I have a thing on Friday, and I hate starting a game for one day and then going
and
away and then
going in
coming
the
back 2
weekend.
days later. I don't know why I hate that so much.
It's
like,
super
I think
fair.
it might just be a little bit of an OCD thing,
It's you. It's however you
where
want.
I'm
It
just
could
like,
be
everything
that.
has to be together. It doesn't make
Maybe
sense.
tomorrow, maybe
I don't know.
Monday.
So anyway, you can watch my channel at twitch.tv/Maya.
There you go. Twitch.tv/Meyer, everybody. Thank you, Brad. PB.
Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry, where I play games and do things.
Sorry,
playing
PB.
God of War right now. Why are you apologizing to me?
Well, because you wanted to do a scene, and
Oh,
I
it's
had
okay.
to do what
I mean,
Smith was going to do.
I did it.
Mm.
So we're good. I got it.
Oh, got it.
Would have liked to speak to this being. I don't know if that's like mostly PB being like, wow, what a really cool scene for Varsha, or if it's also that Varsha wanted to speak to this person. I feel like, and I'll say this because this is just my interpretation, so nobody freak out and think that it's the thing.
But PB said it's got to be true.
Yeah. So this, I just watched Smith interrogate Varsha because that person did not want to be sworn, did not want to be living their life to the God King. And all Varsha wanted to do was be like, I will grant you your rest. Let's talk and finally make a friend on the inside that felt the same way she did. So yeah, it was rough, but it was good. It was all good. It was a great episode. So yeah, that's it. You can find me at twitch.tv/pumpkinberry. Thank you. Bye.
Hell yeah!
Accurate.
Everybody go follow PB. She's awesome. Whack.
Hey everybody, I'm Wax Steven. I played Smith for you today here. I am so happy.
Sigh, groan.
I'm so happy that the roles happened the way that they did
Yeah.
because they were indicative of the way that Smith was feeling the entire time.
Yep.
So it went from pure confidence. I'm going to do exactly what I need to do, get it done. And then as soon as some of the responses started coming out, it was just a complete shift. And Smith realizing that he is changing and he did not think he could go through with it anymore. At least what he wanted to do. And
It was.
I didn't know how I was going to
head.
describe the
Yeah.
stuff that Smith was going to do without it being horrifically detailed.
Yeah.
But it was not good. It was bad.
Yeah, it was really
And-
cool to see Smith sort of run into that in the middle of, like, in the moment, you know? Like, he was, like, on autopilot throughout the entire first part of the episode where he's like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then for him to hit the conflict was in himself during the scene, which was super cool to see.
It was
I was looking forward
it
to
was
it.
how many people he has killed.
Yeah.
And it was just 7, and it was like 7. And it was like the dialogue in Smith's head was like, that's nothing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
How
Also,
early
props
on
to
did
Myth
you
for putting that kind of character in front of Smith. Like, you know, like, I messaged PB and was like, oh, this is awful because they're all just Varsha almost. Like, it's the greatest. The best way, like, sure, you could just grab a monster manual and be like, yeah, I'll just use a Giz Theory monk or whatever they're called. You know, like I'll just grab a Grell. Oh, I can't remember what they're fucking called. And you just grab whatever you want and you put it in the thing and then the party kills it and you give them the XP. Or you could put in front of the party themselves and make them morally question everything that they have to do. And then like Smith hitting that wall was so interesting because he was like, wait,
That's
you've
why
only
the
killed like
questions
7
changed.
people.
Yeah.
I'm the bad guy. You know? Like, he has that thing where he's like, I'm a bad guy, and like some of his confidence, I feel like Smith comes from that, right? It's that weird thing of like, I know I'm the bad guy, so I can be confident in that I can do this potentially morally grey or black thing. But then that wall that he hits is having that change in himself, that shake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because partially, and this was my interruption of Wax outro, was props to Myth for fucking just putting these characters as well.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Thank you. I
make
try.
us
I try to make it
feel
horrible.
for the man who one hit took down Ty.
Right. Yeah. Like,
I think the alternative for Smith not torturing would be for Smith to say, and then I do a. And then do I roll for that GM? There's a whole bunch of.
just watch Myth's face like get like more like fucked
Yeah,
up.
he's
More
getting
excited.
paler and
Oh
paler
my
and
god! Oh
paler.
my god!
Just wincing at stuff.
we can do that. Yeah, that'd be good. You could have just done that for 5 minutes of descriptive sensor noise. Would have been great. Would have been really good for all of us.
We would have taken a lot of the wind out of the emotional scene.
Yeah, true. In another life.
It was super good, dude. Those are always my favorite. Like villains are the ones that have motivations for all the things that they do, because people do.
Yeah.
People have
Everyone has a
motivations. They
reason.
don't just
Much better,
do
yeah.
them unless they're a psychopath.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they don't. They all have motivations and reasons for the things that they do. When you have villains and whatnot that don't, they suck.
Yeah.
They're just awful.
Yeah.
They're not interesting.
Especially if they're going to be captured. Like if they're going to capture you or capture a character or whatever, then you need to have answers, no matter what the answers are. And the best way to do that, of course, was to have some sort of backstory or reasoning why all of this stuff happened. Because if I don't have answers, it's just like, I don't know, kill me, please just kill me, and that would just be really weird to not have that scene, you know.
So instead, you were like, "Here are some answers, but also please kill me because I want to die."
Yeah, I made
By
the
the way, I
character.
totally forgot about the rest right, and I was just like
Yeah.
scrambling in my head, like,
is
what
that?
the fuck was the rest right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh dear
But it worked
God.
really well. It worked really well because
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, you've gone too far. You're too far from the like. I could see why, like Rodorian being like, oh, I could see why that you're hunted because you're just too far gone. Like, you know, is one of those things. You don't even remember your oath anymore, even if you haven't had one. You know, it's like it's those kinds of things. Where anyway, back to whack. Back to whack.
I also liked the idea that
never mind,
you
Brad's
lose
got-
you don't remember the rest right because you're no longer under the fucking blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
MK
Yeah.
Ultra fucking God King bullshit. So like that
And
also
while you are, you
weirdly
can like
worked in my
recite
head
every
canon.
single While you are, you can like recite everything, like you know, what is God King Book 3, chapter 5, and like while you're under his thing, you can just spout it. But now he's like disconnected. He's like
Like a space marine or a Terminator, you know, they're just like, oh yes, for the Emperor, well, blah blah blah, the Invictus Tortes or whatever that Latin is.
right.
But like here, you're just like, you've been so free from it, it's hard. Yeah. Anyway, back to Wee Whack.
Yeah, so I've got a new show.
Yeah, but
coming
also
up called-
sorry.
I've got a new show coming up called 100 Club. You should definitely check that out. It is going to be really cool. I've been working on it for a long time. We just released the cast announcement. That's
gonna
up
watch
on
it right after
YouTube.
this.
It's on the Twitter, and Myth has played it a few times. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Make sure you go support Mythematic by checking out the Spellwind Patreon, patreon.com/Spellwind. And make sure you're following all these wonderful people and follow us here at Table Story. Table Story on Twitch, Table Story on YouTube, and at A Table Story on Twitter. Come hang out on the Discord, tablestory.tv/Discord. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Whack. Everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. This was awesome. I'm Mythematic. I stream. I'm a roleplay streamer, and I do blacksmithing stuff nowadays. I've been doing Star Citizen, and yeah, that's it. So anyway, just come by, support all of us. Twitter.com/Mythematic to find out what I'm up to when I'm up to stuff. Thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna watch the 100 Club trailer right now. Be well, everyone. Tell great stories. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, hold on. 30 seconds. We're not doing that. All right, bye, everyone.
And then I
So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna, and then I'm gonna.